Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Team Vaccination training call for February the 10th, 2020. I hope everybody's been having a great day today. We've got an exciting training for you tonight by the wonderful Paul Austin, one of the hardest working guys I know. If we can just see where Paul gets on here, Elemento PPPP. We have a few minutes to give Paul a minute to jump on here. Just give me 1 second here. So let me just see here.
I'm here, buddy. Sorry.
There you are. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I'm gonna actually make you co-host as well, Paul, on there, so you can mute or whatever. So anyways, welcome everybody. I appreciate everybody taking the time tonight to jump on this call. It's a great topic, and Paul and I have talked about this topic so many times about the importance of branding yourself and why that's important to help in helping build your business. And so for those of you that may be new on this call and you may not know who Paul is, because it does happen. I remember Jay doing a corporate call one night, and somebody put in the chat box, "Who is this guy?" So that was kind of funny to see. So for some of you that may be new on the call here, we're thankful that you jumped on. Well, Paul Austin is a great dad, an amazing husband. He has two wonderful little girls, beautiful wife, Julie. Kayla and Ella are his daughter's names. He lives about an hour and 45 from me, north of here. And Paul and I have been friends for 17 years. I was in the printing business after a number of years, and Paul had a publication. And it was a buy and sell type publication. And I just went and called on him one day. And I was all dressed in a suit to call on him, and he was dressed in camo. So I was overdressed, and some might say he was underdressed. But what I loved about Paul is that he was who he was, and that was fabulous. And we struck up a friendship first. We started doing business after that. But what was most important is that we remained friends for a lot of years. And I'm just so absolutely delighted for the work ethic of this guy. He's taught me a lot. He's an amazing partner, an amazing teammate, and we work well together. And we hunt together, we fish together, we do a lot of outdoor activities together. But he's a great leader, and he's a hard-working guy, and he's the guy responsible for putting all the things that him and I talked about with the new associate handbook. He was the one that put it into publication form based on his background as a publisher, and then we were able to get it into a web-based type publication for ease of the field to use, to click on, and so on. So Paul has been an amazing leader in Vox Life since day one. He didn't actually, he joined up day one, but he actually didn't start doing anything until December, a number of months later, but he has achieved the rank of vice president. He's a six-figure earner in our company, and he continues to grow his business and share the way to do this business, and one of them is branding yourself. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce tonight's trainer, Mr. Paul Austin. Take it away, Paul.
Well, thanks, buddy. It's a pleasure being here, everybody. Thanks again for jumping on these calls. They're so important. We have to get as many people on them as possible. We're always trying to bring, Terry's trying to bring in some new things and new people. And, we always want you to step up to the bat. And, I just remember, Terry, the first time we used to train, and, we were all excited about it, and I clicked through too many slides and messed you all up. And anyway, we've been there, we've done that, and now we're just comfortable. I still have some nerves and all that, of course, but, we're all going to have that. And sometimes it's just more excitement than anything. And we just have to flip it from being nervous to the excitement. So I want to talk to you guys about branding on social media. It's so important, guys. I'm talking, look, this is not me, this is not Terry, this is us actually following other people, and looking at what they were doing, and all these different things, and we learned so much. Because when I first started, branding myself or whatever, I was probably known as Paul Vomit Austin, and I think one week I put up, like, I don't know, I think it was like 10 or 12 before and after transformations within like 6 days or something. And I remember going to a meeting or opportunity event, and someone just pulled me aside and said, look, great, you're the way you posted it and everything, but the problem is you just want to like throw one of those out once a week, not like 10, 12 in a week or 5 days. It's a little overkill, and so all those different things. So don't get us wrong, we've been in the trenches of the unknown, and we've learned, and we looked up to other leaders, and we had to, because if we didn't, if we were anal, and I tried to do it my own way and it just wasn't successful. So I don't want you guys to be here all night. I want this to be more brief, but to a point, as opposed to hundreds and hundreds of slides, so you guys are all confused. So just not confused, but just overwhelmed with information. So I am just going to put this into full screen mode, and just bear with me while I move a couple windows here.
And I wanted to add something, Paul, that, for myself, I wasn't even on social media until January of 2014. So I knew nothing. Not only was I absolutely terrible on computers, I certainly didn't know anything about social media. But, the one thing that I, was willing to do is I was willing to suck at something. I was willing to be terrible at it so that I could get better at it. And I think that, everybody has to realize that, hey, if you're not good at it, don't worry about it. That you just keep doing it, keep learning and whatever. And, we do our best to try and keep up with, especially Facebook, as it changes rules and regulations, on a regular basis. But don't be too hard on yourself. Just embrace it, and be willing to learn, because we all can learn this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so much, but the simpler you keep it, the better. So when you're connecting on social media, we have all these platforms. It's ridiculous. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn. I mean, it goes on and on. There's YouTube. There's TikTok now. There's I mean, it's just a plethora of a wealth of areas to get your name out there and things. But when you're doing that, make sure you're consistent, and something comes up here where I'll show you that. But Facebook itself has over 2 billion users. So honestly, it's kind of like, I just can't see myself getting into all the other ones. I struggle with that. If your Instagram is kicking it for you, or your LinkedIn, or whatever it is, listen, guys, I'm a Facebook, love it, but I'm in like a LinkedIn and all that. I'm not there yet. So if anybody knows that and wants to train on that or something, by all means, we're all trying to learn. But I just find it very hard to like focus on so many and have to keep posting and all that stuff, and it's really, really hard to keep up with. So for me, I've just really focused on Facebook. It seems to be everybody, we know our product is for everybody. So I've stuck there, and hey, if you use other means and it's working, fantastic. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. We're all going to do this differently, so it's not exactly how I do it or somebody else does it. So another thing we have now is an expanded reach. Think about back in the day, like, you had to pick up the phone and call the UK, and there was an operator connected you, and it was probably $2 a minute. And I mean, you were probably firing faxes back and forth, very, very difficult. I can't imagine. I just say kudos to those people that, didn't have the technology that we have today. So when we're talking about like, who do we have? I mean, if you look in Canada, we have 37 million people. There's 350 million people in the USA, and in the UK, there's 66 million. So never are we confined to anywhere. I want to make sure that you don't think that this business is, you have to be beside the person. I've seen where somebody enrolled with someone else because they thought they'd be supported better. I get that, but how are we going to be a global business if we can't create teams that are without being able to touch them, and eventually we'll be able to get there and do events and all that. So you need to think global on this scale, and that you can make a partner anywhere in these 3 countries right now. You can dabble in all the other countries and eventually we'll be there. And, you're sort of planting the seeds as we go along. So, always know it's global. It's not small town anymore. It's not expensive travel costs. We can use Zoom and avoid that, cross-country flight and different things like that. So, it also allows us to build stronger relationships. You wouldn't want to, call your teammate 4 times a day to say great job or whatever. You don't want to be bugging them. But with social media, you can just, send them a little private message or, post something to their wall or whatever it is you're doing. And you can create that sort of network of people. You can email them once a month and keep in contact with them. You're going to have different customers from associates and all those different things. But I mean, that's all going to come from building your brand online. We're not building a brand of Vox. That's being built on its own through results, but we're building us. So we are the thing that we're building. So we're branding ourselves essentially. So when you're branding yourself, it comes down to who you are. So I've always had people ask me, okay, so do you have a business page? And I said, I did. And they said, oh, so what happened? I said, okay, I still have it because I can't even delete it. I'm trying to figure that one out. I said, but I tried it. And what I noticed was that about 96 or 95% of the people that were on my business page are also on my timeline. So for me, I kept saying, no vomit and all these different things. But if you think about it, if they're already on my timeline, why would I have a separate page? Because if I blast something there and then I cross share it and then I post again on my timeline, you can imagine the vomit going on and the people that will be kind of turned off by these constant messages. So if a page is working for you, have a business page. This is not saying don't do that. That's exactly the difference. This is what works for me in some cases, and a lot of people, a business page might work for them. But once you open up a page or group, just remember that all your efforts have to go there in taking care of that. So when it comes back to who you are, it's who is Paul. So I said, listen, Paul is a dad. Paul loves fishing, hunting. Paul loves, sports. He loves, watching movies with his kids, taking them, going to the cottage, whatever that is. I want people to see Paul and what Paul does and what Paul's all about, because then that gives me the authenticity. It gives me the integrity. It gives me the, that relationship of trust. And that's so hugely important. So by showing people who I am and then, what I stand for, which is, the whatever you think that is, whether it's you stand for freedom, you want to free people from their time, you want to free them financially, you want to, give out kindness and, give out sample patches because you want to help the world. And you got to show people what you stand for, because people are sitting there watching, and, it's not going to happen overnight. None of this happens overnight. This takes a long, long time. It's like, I started a magazine, I had to brand it, and it took a long time to get more and more people knowing about it, where before it was a household product or household name. So together, with your interests, hobbies, fishing, knitting, skiing, travel, your golf, you go for walks with your dog, whatever it is, you're trying to show people who you are. You're a good person, and and you think about it, your warm market's watching, so they trust you already. So now it's time to share the story at some point. So what you're going to do with all these things combined is create, you're going to attract your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So you're going to have people that are attracted to what you're doing. They're like-minded. They want to help people. Maybe they go to the dog park. Maybe they want to meet up with you one time there. It's all just creating this little rapport. You're going to have fans. Trust me, you're going to have fans that cheer for you and egg and say, go, go, go. And I love following your success. And they never join you. Maybe one day down the road they will, but they're just cheerleaders. They're just loving what you're doing, and you're trying to help people all over. And it really helps, because those are people that will post on your post and reinforce and just be positive and be a huge, huge influence and help to you. Then you're going to create followers. Maybe these are Vox people that look up to you and say, hey, I'm going to learn from this person or that person, or hey, I'm jiving what they're saying. And or just maybe someone from another company that likes what you're doing, and that's what's going to attract them. And then you have friends. So, you're going to create amazing friends. I mean, just look at the friends we've created here in Vox. It's truly tremendous. Your customers are your friends, your teammates are your friends. It's just an amazing thing. And all that comes with being a human being and showing them why we're doing things, and not what we're doing, just why we're doing it. And it's really powerful when the why is there, and people have a why themselves. They want to better themselves, but we have a why to change the world. And then we're going to attract the people that also want to do that. So belly to belly is next. Nothing beats belly to belly. Let's be honest. Always remember that social media is just another way of, creating that interest that you can now take and, bring it hopefully one-on-one. These are the best times. These are the coffee shops. These are the sock and soul parties. These are the, times where you're going to discuss and show somebody the product, or maybe they've piqued their interest in the business, and now we have a great tool to, run them through that part of it, and we can use that to our advantage. So, always make sure that, social media is just the platform to showcase what you're doing, show the value, show that you're serious, be consistent, because people do business with people they like and trust. And that's just it. I mean, some people might say, oh, the truck is cheaper at, you can't beat a deal at Peel, or whatever their slogan is, but it doesn't matter. Pete down the street's a great guy. It might be an extra $1,000, but it's worth it because of the service, and you like him and you want to support him, and he has to feed his family too. So, that's no different in what we're doing as well. So, once a connection is made, try to take it offline, meaning take it to Messenger or text or on the phone, and then get that, hey, can we meet up for coffee, or can I swing by your house, or, let's hook up at some point, whatever that is. That's just going to happen during that conversation once somebody has some interest. So prospecting using social media. This is my, the best golden advice I was ever given was very seldom mention the company name on your profile. There's going to be people that just disagree with me on this one, and that's okay. But I've learned from, just putting it out there that, sometimes somebody sees one bad thing and one negative thing, and they actually just agree with that one thing, even though it's totally bogus. It doesn't make sense. Let's be honest. There's a bunch of people out there that got one pair of socks, wore them that day, nothing happened. They weren't demoed. They dusted them off, said these things are junk, and, whatever the case may be, this is going to happen. So, why would we just give that information away? This is not to trick anybody into, wondering what we're doing. It's creating curiosity. It's making people ask questions and reach out, which creates conversations, because we need people to understand what we have. We need to educate them, support them. This is not just a sales pitch and here's my website and that's it. This is, that's just not what we're about. So, stop what I call Vox vomit. There is no need to span your opportunity constantly. So whether it's the opportunity or the product or whatever you are posting, we got to stop, the vomit of it, over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yes, you can talk about it just in real time as part of your lifestyle, but you have to have the majority about you and what you stand for, and use the good old 10-4-1 system. We've done it before. I think there's files in the files tab. It just shows how you post 10 times about you and your life and what you love and all that. Then you have 4 kind of posts, just sort of about the business, kind of teasing on it, but not really, or the product or a result and different things like that. And then of course you have one post, which is like a power post. I'm here with my team. Oh my gosh, Jenny's rank advanced, super cool, awesome. She's on fire. Way to go, girl. or Tom's, just kicking it. He helped, 40 people over the weekend with some neurotech. Can't wait for the results to pour in, all those different things, just creating that excitement and just creating the fact that you don't have to always go business. We don't want to be doing that. And we just don't want to do it all the time. Make sure you filter in your life as a big part of it. That should be the majority of it. And take the conversation again offline as soon as possible. We can get all the likes and shares and all that great stuff and whatnot, but nothing beats saying, hey, can we chat on the phone? Like, this is serious. I can't believe what this has done for my mom. I really would like to connect, and so I can clearly explain what this is. It's kind of hard to do that by just texting back and forth. So provide value, give your followers a reason to stay connected by being inspiring, by being educating, and by being entertaining. So you don't always want to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. You want to mix it up. I mean, don't be fake. Always be you. Don't lie. Don't, try to be something you're not. People will just see right through that. I was always a kid that made people laugh, and I was the class clown and all that, and we're always jokers and joking around. And so if I put something funny up and people just know that's my personality, I love to laugh. I love to love having jokes, and grew up with jokes in the family, cutting each other up. Whatever happens, that's just who I am, and most people know that. So if I wasn't, and all of a sudden I'm trying to be humorous and do all these things I don't do, I'm just being phony, and people will see through it. So make sure that you be you, and it'll just make a huge difference. So what you have to decide is what personality type you are. Your character persona, your tone, your purpose, your language. What is your brand voice? So when you look at this chart, this is just, you have to, just look at this and think, who am I? What am I? Are you authoritative? Are you warm? Are you friendly? Are you playful? Are you engaging? Are you entertaining? Just, are you honest, humble, clinical? Are you scientific? Are you fun, jargon-filled, complex, serious, all those things? And once you understand who you are, then you have to let that voice shine through on your profile, because that's exactly who you are. And then you're going to attract people that are attracted to that. So it's pretty amazing. And, I just got involved in saltwater fish. And then all of a sudden, Lynn Rico, a teammate of mine in New Jersey, said, oh my gosh, you are into saltwater. She added me to a group all about saltwater fish, and now I'm like a saltwater junkie, learning, checking it out, but I wasn't there. But it was through, learning about it and social media and all that. There's a relationship we just formed, and now she just put me in this thing, and it's helping me because I'm learning about, saltwater fish and how they adapt and how you have to test the water and all these cool, amazing things. But I would have never met Lynn if it wasn't through networking and being part of Facebook and all those things. So it's more than just getting people to get the socks on in the business. It's just being, people, having relationships and interacting online, and not for a purpose. We got to lose the purpose. So what I want to do is just show post examples. I'm going to go through a bunch. And this is important. So this is, just a post that I made, and it was, just arrived at the swimming pool, 3 weeks of well-deserved bliss with my family, just waiting on the fam jam to arrive. So hashtag cottage life, big old swimming pool. So my purpose here is to just say, you know what, I've been working hard. We just arrived. We're excited to be at our cottage. We can't wait to, have some fun with the family. And, just a very simple, this is me, this is real, this is what I do, this is what I enjoy. And, I'm just going to post what relates to me. Here's a humorous post. I just did this one recently. I was actually thought it was pretty funny. By no means did I make this, but, follow me for more recipes. Well, that's kind of who I am. That's funny. I mean, people, they check that out. They think it's funny. I thought it was funny too. So, I'm just trying to mix it up and be who I am. I'm not going to try to just always be something I'm not. Another one here is just a product testimonial. So as you're going to notice here, I'm not mentioning the name Vox, and I haven't even, and I won't until a little later on, you'll see. So this was swelling from a pregnancy. Look what happened 36 hours later after wearing our groundbreaking wearable neurotech. So, no wonder I do what I do. Neurology is amazing. So it's kind of like, oh, wow, because, gosh, I got an issue and it's neuro related. And what's this wearable neurotech? I got to reach out and ask what this is. And that's the whole, purpose of it is you got to, this is going to attract someone where their mother's feet swell or their feet swell or whatever the case may be. But this may not, attract somebody that's got bad balance. So the next time you do a product testimonial, switch it up and do something with, oh man, Wendy used to bang into the wall and now she, can walk down the hall without using the walls as assistant. Holy wow, incredible. Brain socks for the win. So you always want to change this up. You don't want to do, 10 swollen legs over the next 2 months. You have to, mix up. We have so many results, but as soon as I started doing the knee brace, everybody's reaching out because they got knee problems. Well, before that, they didn't really reach out because they didn't understand how a sock could fix a knee. So you got to see how you just pinpoint something specific. You don't always have to have multiple things in there. It can just be focused on one thing, and that's very powerful. Then you can do an inspirational post. This could be anything from, whatever you're feeling that day, or you want to inspire people and you resonate with a quote or whatever it is, then throw it up there. This was one I did. This couldn't be truer. I'm learning every day how to be a better person. And I'll be honest, I still have a lot of work to do. It's okay to say I don't know. So what I was trying to get across is, this is just in life in general. It's okay to say you don't know and to learn. And I've learned that. I was always the boss and I had to get over that, and I had to absorb and develop personally and take it in. But I also wanted people to realize that, hey, this relates to the technology, because you don't need to know, really. You don't need to know the science. You don't need to be an expert, a doctor, a chiropractor, any of those things. You just need to share it and say, why don't we put it on and see what happens? So being vulnerable and being honest is what you want to do. It can't be always glitz and glamour. That is not reality. It's never always glitz and glamour, for sure. Here's an opportunity post. So here we go, packed house for our UK launch. If you build it, they will come. Another 70 million potential people to be helped. Wearable neurotech, millions served, changing lives. Nowhere does this say Vox Life. I have never mentioned the name. I've always just left it in curiosity, FOMO, fear of missing out, whatever that is. I want somebody to reach out to me about this. And actually people did. So, it's pretty cool when you just, do that curiosity piece. It really brings in a lot more people asking questions. Now here we go with a power post. Now on your 10-4-1 system, this would be one. This would be the one power post. So look at the Vox Life logos right on the package. So no socks, no shoes, no problem. I still say wearable neurotech. But the great thing here is I'm leaving the logo. Hey, if they see it, they see it. That's fine. I don't want to go up here and get a whiteout thing and make it look like I tried to hide it on purpose, or all the people that they drink their shakes and they're going like this with their fingers on it, and they're drinking it because they're hiding the logo. And I mean, that's just so obvious that we don't have to go to that extreme. Sometimes it's okay to show the logo. We just don't want to do this over and over and over again. It's just, it can get redundant, and then it can just make people be the Google doctor. And we've all done it, and we've all just quickly went to Google, and gosh, if we went to Google, we wouldn't eat, drink, or anything, and we'd all die of starvation if you listen to what's said online. So next is a team recognition post. So honestly, guys, I stayed away from this in the last 3 years building Vox. I really focused more on product, and I didn't really want to put the business out there per se. And so what I just decided recently was that no, my people deserve to be recognized. They deserve to be applauded and cheered on. And, you know, that's help from different teammates, you know, kind of nudging me. And I've done a terrible job at recognizing people, and I'll admit that. And I'm new at this. I'm getting better at it. So I've decided, you know what, I'm going to start posting about that. I'm going to start, you know, cheering on my team. I'm going to let people in my timeline see that I'm cheering on my team members. And I think that's going to be a good thing, as long as I'm not doing it overkill and I sort of spread it out and I do it methodically. I think that's going to be very powerful. So, you know, congrats again to you guys. And, you know, this is the kind of thing that, you know, you can mix up your posts. And again, we have the Vox Life logo, but, you know, this is a proud moment. We're not hiding anything here. That's fine. This didn't say the product did something. This just said that here's some people helping people, and they deserve credit for, you know, reaching this rank. So I love that. You know, we've sort of come more open to that, and talking about Pillar 4, and, you know, getting paid for what we do, and we certainly should be okay with that. Here's another happy customer post. This is just my, you know, example. This was my father-in-law, Al. So my father-in-law, Al, is blown away at the amazing support he receives from the knee brace with built-in brain technology. It has also improved his mobility and allowed him to climb stairs with much more ease. I didn't make any claims. I told his story. I didn't say Vox. All I said was brain technology, and that is what's going to make people wonder what this is and really want to know what's going on, and where can I get one of those. And I've had a lot of people reach out. Just the post was a lot longer than this, but for ease of screen space, I wanted to make this easy. And hey, sometimes just doing it this simple and not a novel is a lot better than doing too long a post also. So another one, this was a great one, Stacy Hall did. This is a question post. So why not? It's kind of like the 1 to 16, or I think it's now 1 to 17 or 18. I think I changed it a little bit. We're actually working on coming up a revised version of it, but kind of like a poll, a question, very effective. So here's one: anyone dealing with physical pain that is getting in the way of living your life? I mean, just throw that out there. How many people are going to reach out? You'll probably be surprised. And now you can sort of go, hey, I'll send you a message, and then sort of take it offline and ask what they're dealing with, how they can help, and then get them in the testimonials group, tag them in posts that relate to them, hopefully meet them at a coffee shop, hopefully get some sample patches on them, whatever it is. And this is the type of post, though, that's asking a question. You know, you could change this and add anyone dealing with bad balance that is getting in the way of your life. So it's a very simple statement, which you can just take out one part of it and add another word, and it works for so many different things. So that is a question post. That is, you're asking a question, most people will respond. So a video post, nothing is more powerful than video, hands down. When you are sharing your product experience with those watching who know and trust you, if you guys can get the nerve, get uncomfortable, and you don't have to go live would be great, but if you can just do a video, sit with yourself, do the video, tell your story, make it 3 minutes or less, and throw that up on your timeline. I'm telling you, it's been awesome for so many people. People trust you. They already know you. They understand who you are. They know the struggles you face. If you tell your story and it's in video, it's totally going to relate to them. The responses you will get will supersede any text words that you could put out there, I assure you. And video is so powerful, not only for saying, hey, product, this is what I did. That's a one-time almost thing that you can use over and over, but this is for life in general. This is sharing your feelings about a topic. It's being vulnerable and getting out there on the video and knowing people are watching. But if that's the step you want to take, you want to, you know, be a leader and get to that next level, you do have to be completely as vulnerable as possible. So you could be talking about a topic that you have feelings towards, or, you know, you could provide value with tips and tricks, or maybe you're going to throw out some yummy recipes that, you know, people are like, oh gosh, I can't wait till she posts that next, you know, recipe, and or I can't wait till he, you know, throws up that new new tip on how to, whatever it might be. Oops, I just hit that slide. Sorry about that. So, this is, go live. I'll always say go live. I'm telling you, it's cool. It makes you have to be vulnerable and take that sort of uncomfortable step, but get uncomfortable. Yes, you can. You can certainly do this. Anybody can do this. So next is you. And you, my friend, are a brand. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are the brand. Vox is not the brand. Vox is the vehicle. Our brand is you. You're just bringing that vehicle through you and your daily habits to whoever's watching. So an effective personal brand wields influence, and with it, you're likely to enjoy the benefits of a powerful personal brand. So that's what I've built. So when I started Facebook and Terry started, I think I had 300 friends. I had enrolled it in 2007. I didn't even do anything until 2014. I had, like I said, 300 friends. Now I think I'm up to almost 4,900. That is not friends. This is just acquaintances, followers, fans. This is a bunch of, different people that, that just over time have, seen what I've been doing. We connected, we made friends, and all those different things. So it's been a long process over the last 5 years, building up a follower base. So, don't compare yourself if you have 300 friends to someone that has, 4,000 or 3,000, because obviously the likes and comments are going to be higher on someone that has more people. And it's not about the likes and the comments always either. So if this happens, if you do this correctly, you're going to have a steady stream of ideal clients. You're going to create rewarding partnerships. I know there's somebody, Diane, if you could mute your mic. I can't seem to mute.
Yeah, let me just.
For some reason. Sorry, I'm trying to click around here. So when I talk about rewarding partnerships are sometimes, somebody has just put you in contact with people that you would have never met had it not been for them. They're not necessarily joining your business, but they've been a huge influence on getting you to a certain market of people or whatever the case may be. You also will see leadership opportunities there. Which is true as you grow and you get, more confident and you start doing trainings and all that. Well, opportunities are us. We always have it. They're saying, hey, you want to go on the stage at the next event? Let's do it then. Are you confident? Do you want to do it? Let's go. And we're going to help you and support you and cheer you on. There's a greater mind share. Let's be honest. There's, the more people that come into your life, there's more, people, showing their views. You're learning from other people and leaders, and it's just like a wealth of information and ideas and other ways to promote your business and have success. You may get an association with a market niche. There's a lot of people that just got into the retirement homes or the elderly, and there's other people that are in the sport, and we're all going to find our niche. We know it's for everybody, but again, your vibe and what you're into. Maybe you're a personal trainer and working out. If you're a practitioner, it's everything's different. You're scientific, you're nurturing. I mean, there's just a million different things that happen from personally branding yourself the right way and the authentic way. You get greater credibility, recognition and prestige, and a higher perceived value from those that are watching. So after all this, just here's something very simple. Someone reaches out to you. Here's a real one. Hey, Paul, I have been following your posts for a long time, and I'm very impressed with the results. My mom is suffering from MS, and I'm hoping this will help her. Can you send me some more information, please? My response is, hi, Cassandra. I hope you are doing well. Would it be okay if I invited you to my testimonial group? My testimonial, that's okay, it is yours. And then they're thinking, hey, yeah, I want in there, it's yours, sure. With over 46,000 members, so you can take a look at the remarkable results people are experiencing using our wearable neurotech. Then you can invite your family and friends so they can see how it may help them too. Have them thinking not only about their mom, but about other people. Oh my gosh, Aunt Nancy. Oh, diabetic. Oh, I should show her this. And once this person has said yes, or whatever the case may be, then make sure you invite them to the testimonials, go through that, add them, invite them, add them and tag, or invite them and tag them in posts that relate to their condition. Now, if somebody says, what's your website? You got no choice. Send it. You don't want to, not post. You don't want to be like you're hiding something. Just whatever, go ahead and send it. I always try to do testimonials first, then my website, so that they know the value of the product. If they just go there and see $35, it's a sock, too expensive. If they see the testimonials, the results, the amazement, they go over and they say they're only $35, it's two different ideas or thought processes that go on. So always try for the testimonials group. So here's pretty much the final slide. It's no goals versus goals in mind versus written goals. Only 3% write down goals, and those people are 30 times more successful in what they're doing. And I'll tell you, if I don't write things down, I'm a mess. I go to the grocery store, I buy 6 things I didn't go for, and I forget the stuff I went for. We're all, got a lot of information going on. For me, I need to write it down. I suggest you write it down. It's going to make life a lot easier so you don't forget things. And again, remember that people do not buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And why you do it is exactly what we just went through. If you portray that properly, authentically, you're going to see some amazing things happen. So I believe that was the last one. It is. And I can stop sharing my screen here.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. And it's such a key element to building. And it's certainly something that, we have done from day one with regards to our building of the business. And I can honestly say that 95% of my business that I've built has been through creating curiosity on Facebook and being consistent with it. But here's the key element: consistent. We have people that show up and then they disappear and you don't see them anywhere on Facebook for 2 weeks. And then they come in and they bang, 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 and then they disappear. It reminds me of someone going in and robbing banks. Just go in and fire away and steal the money and take off. People are watching, and what people don't realize a lot of times is people are watching what you do. Just because they don't comment and just because they may not like your post or whatever, they're watching because they want to see what kind of credibility you have. They want to see how sincere you are about what you're doing. They want to see how focused you are on truly helping people. So I know that you have experienced, and there's probably been other people that have experienced. I've had people reach out to me that want to join, want to buy products, that have been following and watching what I do for over 3 years. 3 years that have finally, I've had people reach out in a private message and finally say, "Uncle, I give up. I need to know more." Okay. And again, I've never given them anything to go and do the research themselves. So now, once that curiosity, that text has come out, now you are in a position of power. You're in a position of strength to truly and sincerely find out what they're looking for and how to help them. So consistency for me has been the number one element that has helped me build my business. Sometimes when I go to post, and I'm sure you feel the same way at times, it's like, oh no, what am I going to post? What's inspiring me today? What am I feeling? What do I put? And if I feel like crap, I might put up, hey, I feel like crap. If I want to put up something funny, I put up something funny. It's about authenticity. It's about, that brand of who you are, and be proud of who you are. I think that's a key element. I mean, you and I have been friends for a long, long time, and we are distinctly two different people. But we like to do a lot of things similar. But I think people out there will see that, hey, Terry's different than Paul, and Paul's different than Terry. And it's because we're not trying to be like somebody else. We're trying to establish our own brand. And I think that's a really, really key element to anybody that's on this call tonight. I think Paul has done an amazing job at presenting that we have to be who we are. And people want to see authenticity. and consistency. So fabulous job as always, bro. You've really nailed it again, and it's exciting. So I'm just going to check the feed right now, Paul, see if there's any questions.
I was just going to mention one thing too. When I was with a nutrition company, I posted my before and after, and I lost 50 pounds in 60 days. And I actually had one of my good buddies show up at the door, and I opened up the door, and he looked at me and he said, "I'm telling you right now, man, if you were still 50 pounds, or if you were still a fatty," or whatever he called me, because we cut each other up, he said, "I would have just lost it." But I actually saw that I had lost the 50 pounds, but he actually had to come and see me because he thought it was like photoshopped or something. So there you go, right? Imagine I was just, pulling the wool over his eyes. I would have been caught red-handed, right? So we don't need to do that nonsense. So it's a perfect example.
No, exactly. And we've taught, there's trainings in the group here. We've taught on the 10-4-1 system, which is basically, it's basically you're looking at 15 posts a week. So 10 posts a week on the brand of you. If you like to cook, take a picture of you cooking something. If you cut your finger with a knife while you were chopping up vegetables, take a picture of it. Say, "Oh, what a klutz I am," or whatever. If you love to play with your dog, put a picture of your dog up there. Whatever it is, 10 posts of who you are a week. 4 posts, so 10, and then 4 posts a week that have something to do with what you're doing. Wearable neurotech, phenomenal technology, mind-blowing tech, nothing about Vox Life. A picture like Paul had up there of the swollen feet, one picture like that, or a video, and then one power post might be a picture. I always use a power post if I'm at an event. I always like to take a screen picture of the audience and just say something like, changing lives everywhere. Something like that, where people are like, "What are you doing now? Where are you going now?" A power post could be on a plane, off to change lives. And people are like, you want to create fear of missing out. We call it FOMO. And we want to create that with your friends, fear of missing out. And those are always great things. And guys, one of the things, and Paul, maybe you remember when we first got involved in network marketing back in 2014 and started looking at the industry, which isn't that long ago. I knew nothing about Facebook. I knew nothing about Instagram, Twitter, any of these things. But what I did learn is I learned that I just was going to get started. I was just going to try stuff, but I was going to do it. And I think that at times I want to reassure the field here that don't be afraid. There's no perfect way. There's better ways than others, but there's no perfect way. So just start being consistent on your Facebook wall. Reach out to the odd person, and if they're connected with mutual friends, try and build your network of people. I know that a lot of times we get afraid thinking that, hey, I don't want people to know what I'm doing. It's nobody's business. But if you want to create curiosity and you want to create a network and an audience of people, you have to utilize social media and build your network. You can do it the other way, but it's going to take a lot longer and it's a lot harder. I know that Paul and I often, we discuss our likes, people that like our posts. Who's following me, who's watching, and who's liking my posts. And it might be 3 or 4 times that they like a post before I throw them a bone. Say, hey, I really appreciate you liking my post. Thanks very much. Still nothing about the technology. So I'm creating a little bit of a relationship. If I see it again, I'm saying, hey, I saw you like my post on the lady with, swollen feet. Do you know somebody with swollen feet that this might help? But I do it offline, not in the feed. So those are some things. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to Paul or myself or some of the people that are posting consistently. Carla, Brenna, Jen Moyer, Angela Corns. There's a number of people that are doing really, really well with posting this. So I hope everybody got amazing value out of this training. I know I did. I always learn stuff from Paul when it comes to posting. He's a great poster. He does a great job on it. The one that he did about follow me for more recipes with the hot dogs, I thought I was going to pee my pants because that's just us. That's what we do. And it's really fun. So just a couple of reminders for people. I wanted to say that a couple events coming up. February 22nd, we have the Summit, Women's Summit in Toronto. I believe it's sold out. There might be a couple of tickets. I noticed there was a couple of people might have put a post in the team page with regards to tickets that they couldn't make it, something's come up or whatever. So keep your eye on the team page. You can always type in the search bar tickets for sale or tickets available or something like that, and you should be able to find it, because it's not in the units tab because it's sold out. There's an event March 14th in Chicago that's coming up, hosted by Noella Liberty. So if you know anybody in the Chicago area, make sure you look at that as well. There is an event coming up in Colorado. I don't know whether that one's posted in, I think it just got posted. So between Paul and I, we'll get it in the units tab on the sometime in April, I believe. I think it's the 14th of April, possibly, somewhere in there. And there's also an event on the 25th in Edmonton, Alberta, as well. Brenna Bover and her team out there is putting on an event out there. So be sure that you stay tuned into the team page. Make sure you check the units. If you aren't able to get on, or teammates were not able to get on these recordings, please go back to the units tab and encourage your teammates to rewatch this. As I always generally try to do my best to get the recording up within an hour after this call, placed in the units tab. When we place it in the units tab, it stays there, but it also posts it on the feed. Again, you can, I hope everybody is subscribed to the Vox Life YouTube channel, the Vox Life Facebook page. Also, I have my own YouTube channel. It's just Terry St. Ammon, where all these trainings are posted again on the YouTube channel for your viewing and your pleasure. I hope everybody has seen the link for the new associate handbook that is out there for your use, that has some real hard numbers in there. It's pinned to the top of the team page. So make sure that your teammates, I reached out to 2 people this week on my team that have never done anything, that were just customers, sent them the comp plan and sent them the actual handbook and told them to please pay particular attention to pages 19, 20, and 21. And now they want to have a meeting because they've seen the numbers. So it's a great tool. Don't be afraid to send it out there with a note that says, hey, please pay attention to pages 19, 20, and 21 in particular. And if you'd like to learn more, discuss more of how you can follow this roadmap, I'm here to help you. So I hope everybody is utilizing that to the best of their ability and sharing it with teammates. So again,
just one thing on that handbook, guys, is it's not a printable handbook. Hey, by all means, print it out. But all of it is really clickable. So yeah, it sort of lays the foundation, but it's not going to allow people to get to the videos and all the different things. Yeah, you can, I actually put a separate, if you guys just want a separate comp plan, I put a 6-page file under the files tab, is just the compensation plan. It has a new front cover on it, and it has the chart. So you don't have to send the entire associate handbook. The web link, you can actually just send the comp part of it. You'd have to download the PDF and obviously email it to someone. But remember, this is not a printable book. I guess you could. It would give somebody some information, but they just wouldn't be able to click to go anywhere. So it kind of defeats the purpose in a way. So just so you knew that, if somebody didn't know, it's not a book to print a whole bunch of copies and hand it out.
We just took 5 pages and added a cover to it and made it into a PDF, as opposed to a digital web-based flip version or EPUB. So that is available through the Files tab on the team page as well. Also, just quickly, I appreciate April 4th is the event in Colorado. Marla Capel, I believe, and Diane Dinkmeyer. I believe Jay Dollywell will be at that as well, along with Dr. Mark Brinkett. Also, the event, there's an event with Ellen Conti and her team out there in Boston on April 18th. So those are the dates: April 22nd March 14th, April 4th, and April 18th, and then the 25th again in Edmonton, Alberta. So kudos to everybody. We'll try and make sure we get these links and keep that unit. I believe that's unit 5, Paul, for the training events, I believe. On our team page, I believe it's unit 5 where that is. But anyways, for the training, we'll try and keep that updated in there with the event. So again, thank you all for being on the call tonight. I appreciate everybody getting on here and taking the time out of your evening. Again, thanks to our great leader and great trainer, Paul Austin, for putting together this powerful PowerPoint for the field to use. And I'm going to just unmute everybody, and so we can all say goodnight and enjoy the rest of our evening. Thank you all for being on. You're all unmuted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, you guys. Thank you.
Terry, it was fabulous.
Good
Wonderful.
Styles tab also.
Thank you.
About if we had anything other than
Everybody.
Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's my Vox Life webinar. We're all saying goodbye.